Yeah, hello guys. Today another important topic for competitive exams like JL, DL and Group 4, Group 3, Group 2, Group 1. Environmental science is the most important topic. There are certain summits and conventions are there in the recent coming exams, and previously there is a trend going on to ask about summits and conventions and protocols. We are going to discuss most important topic today, okay, that is Earth Summit. Earth Summit is going to took place, actually it did take place in 1992, okay. We are going to discuss about Earth Summit. What is this summit? Okay, this is the Earth Summit. We can call it as Rio Earth Summit. Rio mean it is the place in the Brazil. Rio mean it is the place in Brazil. So we can call it as Rio Earth Summit. Okay, this is the historical event, most important event for many conventions are productive from this Rio Earth Summit. Conventions and protocols also originate from this Rio Earth Summit. So officially named it as UNCED, United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So this is at Rio de Janeiro, where there is a Brazil place in 1992. 1992. Yeah, key outcomes of this Earth Summit is Agenda 21, the formation of UNFCCC and Convention of Biological Diversity CBD. These are main conventions are origin from this Earth Summit. Okay, we are going to discuss. You may confuse what is convention, what is protocol, what is the target of this conventions and protocol. This is little bit of confused, guys. I am going to give you more clear about it, the Earth Summit, what are the going on in this. Okay, yes. Okay, Earth Summit. This is Earth Summit, take place in 1992. Did take from 1992. Okay, yes, and just look into here. This is the summit. Is reason for the three objectives. Three objectives are, first is the formation of UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. United Nations Framework Convention and Climate Change. This is UNFCCC, originate from the Earth Summit. Okay, convention is the group of meeting. Okay, general accepted principle of group of meeting. They can, I'll give you clear information about convention. This is convention. Convention is the group of parties gives a principles general accepted principle they can project in the convention. Convention, there is a protocol directly attached to the convention. Actually, there is a protocol. This is the protocol is directly attached to the convention. Protocol is the directly attached to the convention, mean protocol is the signed agreement between the nations Protocol is the signed agreement between the nations within the convention. Within the convention. This is the protocol. UNFCCC is the convention, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Okay, this is about greenhouse gases. This is about greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases. The attached convention relevant to the UNFCCC is Kyoto Protocol. Attached protocol is UNFCCC is Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol is about the emissions, greenhouse gases emissions, target GHG emissions. Like there is a chlorofluorocarbons, hydrofluorochlorocarbons is about the target within the convention. There is a Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol is the protocol which is under UNFCCC. Kyoto Protocol which is under UNFCCC. UNFCCC is the convention which is origin from the Earth Summit, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. That is the protocol which is directly attached to the convention is Kyoto Protocol. These together is about greenhouse gases emissions. Greenhouse gases emissions they can target in the protocol which is Kyoto Protocol about chlorofluorocarbons and hydrofluorocarbons. Okay, we are going to detailed discussion about this convention and protocol later. Okay, yeah, and if come to this is all over about environment, and there is a Earth Summit. There is another event called. There is another convention is called CBD. CBD is another convention. This is 1992. Okay, 1992 is the historical event for this environmental summit. Okay, CBD is convention on biological diversity. Convention on biological diversity. Okay, this is the convention, which is CBD is the convention. What is attached to the protocol relevant to the CBT? The protocol is attached to the convention, right? Yeah. What is the protocol here? Yeah. Protocols are two here. One is Cartagena protocol. Cartagena protocol, and another is Nagoya protocol. Nagoya protocol. Is Cartagena protocol is about LMO crop, living modified organisms, LMO, living modified organisms. Nagoya protocol is equitable sharing of genetic resources. So, two conventions are originate from the Earth Summit and three protocols are originate from the Earth Summit. Okay, protocols are directly attached to the convention, where UNFCCC Kyoto Protocol origin and CBD Convention on Biological Diversity, there are two protocols originate, that is Cartagena protocol, Nagoya protocol. I hope you guys understand here. Okay, there is another event which is originate from here, is Agenda 21. A21. Agenda 21 is another event which is originate from the 1992 Earth Summit, that is about sustainable development. This is about sustainable development. I hope you guys understand this. What is Earth Summit? What are the conventions are developed from the Earth Summit, Rio Earth Summit, and there is a UNFCCC and CBD. These are the conventions which is directly produced from Earth Summit. UNFCCC, Convention on Climate Change, where Kyoto Protocol is deliberate, and CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, where there is a two protocols are originate from here, Cartagena Protocol, Nagoya Protocol. Okay, we are going to discuss about this, and this is about environment, this is about biodiversity. And environment, there is another protocol. Okay, this is further changed into Kyoto Protocol, further changed into Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement 2015, and there is a relevant convention is here about pollution, climate change, is about Montreal Protocol from Vienna Convention. Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol is there, not it is comes under Earth Summit, but it is separate about environmental. Okay, that is Vienna Convention. From the Vienna Convention, there is Montreal Protocol is originate. Montreal Protocol. Montreal Protocol. So we are going to discuss all over here from the Earth Summit. There are two conventions, which is UNFCCC and CW, Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD. Okay, from here there are two protocols, which is Cartagena Protocol and Nagoya Protocol. From here there is a one protocol, which is Kyoto Protocol. This is about the environment. This is about environment. This is about biodiversity. This is about sustainable development. Three historical events are produced from the Earth Summit. Okay, this is the Earth Summit. There are two conventions, one agenda, two conventions as originate one protocol from here, two protocols here. This is about environment, climate change. This is about biodiversity. I hope you guys understand this. Okay, take a screenshot. We will move further. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Yes. Yeah, this is the Earth Summit, where first originate is convention is UNFCCC. Okay, UNFCCC, United Nations Convention on Climate Change. Okay, United Nations Convention and Climate Change. Convention on Climate Change. Okay, United Nations Convention Framework, Convention on Climate Change, that is established at 1992 Earth Summit, right? We did discuss 1992 Earth Summit. It is objective about greenhouse gases emissions. This is star mark. The UNFCCC main aim is reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, yes, mean it is about air pollution and climate change, relevant to the climate change, prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference with climate system. Okay, recent development relevant to the UNFCCC, that is India position. India can ratify net zero emissions by 2070. This is the important keyword for exam. Okay, UNFCCC, the convention which is originated from Earth Summit, the recent India targeted there is a net zero emissions by 2070. Okay, either air pollution, either GHG, greenhouse gas emissions. Okay, yes, you guys let you know about greenhouse gases or what, the list of greenhouse gases. Okay, they might ask you in the exam. Okay, and India launched life mission. What is life? Lifestyle for environment. Life is lifestyle for environment. This is also important for coming exam. Okay, India initiate the 2070 is the net zero emission year, and there is a lifestyle for environment. Okay, yes, promoting green hydrogen and solar missions and carbon markets. Okay, these are the India initiative relevant to the UNFCCC. Okay, United Nations Framework for Convention on Climate Change. Okay, it is relevant to the greenhouse gases emissions, where the emissions are produced from the developed countries and developing countries. Okay, yes, and what are the targets India going to implement? That is net zero emissions by the end of 2070, and there is a lifestyle for environment. They can ask you what is life, they can give you the abbreviations like, okay, they might be ask you, this is the important, okay, for exam point of view. Mainly it is originated from Earth Summit. I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, next, Kyoto Protocol under UNFCCC. Okay, Kyoto Protocol under UNFCCC. Under UNFCCC. Kyoto Protocol is under UNFCCC. It is came into force from 2005. Okay, it is binding targets developed countries or reduce greenhouse gases. Developed countries mean industrially they already developed. So if they reduce these emissions, it will be help for Earth. Okay, India member not bound for the reduction. Of course, it is not important for exam. It is about mains. Replaced by Paris Agreement 2005. Kyoto Protocol is the agenda of the Kyoto Protocol is transferred into the Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement is the conference of parties is conducted in the year 2015. Conference of parties, there is a agreement in the conference of parties, there is a Paris Agreement. Paris Agreement is replaced by Kyoto Protocol is replaced by Paris Agreement as a legal mechanism. Doha Amendment also there in the conference of parties, the commitment of 2013 to 2020. Okay, it is limited ratification held. Okay, India did not accept the binding cuts of emissions voluntarily, they can take actions. Okay, this is about Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol nothing but it is about greenhouse gases emissions. Greenhouse gases emissions, especially hydrofluorocarbons, FCCs, hydrofluorocarbons and chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, this is about greenhouse gases where the Kyoto Protocol under targeted. Okay, yes. Next, Paris Agreement is what? What are the targets which is transformed from the Kyoto Protocol into the Paris Agreement? Okay, yes. Paris Agreement 2015 under UNFCCC. Okay, under UNFCCC. Under UNFCCC, earlier it is Kyoto Protocol transfer into the Paris Agreement. Okay, the goal, what is goal? Limit the global warming level the 2 degrees centigrade, preferably it is 1.5 degrees only. Okay, above pre-industrial levels, previous industrial level, how much global warming is there. Okay, we have to target below 2 degrees centigrade. If it is reached 2 degree, it is too harm in the earth's surface, that leads to there are habitations destruction is going to take place, dogs are also there, and there is the agriculture productivity going to be reduction. Okay, this is the problem if the temperature increase up to the 2 mark. Okay, yes, and there is a NDC India reduce emissions intensity by GDP, of course 45% in the by the 2030, where 2005 levels we have to reduce the emissions up to the 2005 levels. 2005 levels, how much pollution is there? Okay, the pollution intensity about 2005 is the low emissions. We have to reduce up to that level. Okay, yes. 50% installed capacity non-fuel source, mean there is a electrical vehicle, solar system. Okay, these are the non-fuel industries. Okay, India recent update, which is by the 2070 there is a zero net neutrality, net emissions. Okay, India there is a initiative green credit program which is 2023. They can ask you what is green credit program. Okay, this is about greenhouse gases, okay, which is developed in 2023. Okay, promoting ethanol blending, solar rooftop, okay, and national hydrogen mission. These are all about the Paris Agreement relevant schemes. Okay, it is achieve the loss and damage fund. Okay, loss and damage fund is created for these missions. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Next, Yeah, COP29 relevant to the UNFCCC, okay, relevant to the UNFCCC. UNFCCC, relevant to the UNFCCC, there is a COP21. COP21, Conference of Parties under UNFCCC, every year conducting Conference of Parties every year for UNFCCC. And if come to the biological diversity, just remember this is the most important. If come to the CBD, Conference of Parties conducting for every 2 years. Every 2 years. In that way, it is 29 by 2024, 29 Conference of Party. It is about 16th COP by 2024 Conference of Party, 16th Conference of Party CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, about biodiversity Conference of Parties. It is 29 Conference of Party about UNFCCC, which is about climate change, 29 about 2024. And there is another Conference of Party, Ramsar Conventions. Ramsar Conventions, also under Conference of Party, which is every 3 years. Every 3 years they conducted Ramsar Convention Conference of Party every 3 years. This is each year conducting Conference of Parties about UNFCCC, about climate change. This is every 2 years, once every 2 years. This is about biological diversity. Ramsar Convention about the wetlands, this is every 3 years they can conducted. Okay, this is important for exam point of view. Okay, yeah, COP29, there may be asked in the exam, about climate change, COP29. Okay, yeah, this is about 29th Conference of Parties, 29th Conference of Parties under the UNFCCC, where the place they can ask you, this is important, Azerbaijan, Azerbaijan, this is the place important where COP29, okay, took place. Theme they can ask you, the theme, focus on climate finance and implementation of global stocktake. This is the theme most important for coming exam. This is the theme important for coming exam. Okay, what is that? Focus on climate finance and implementation of global stocktake. This is the theme most important for COP29. Okay, yeah. India, they can develop a promotion which is life in the COP29. In the COP29, they developed life. This is also important for exam point of view. Okay, India continue promoting a global initiative, lifestyle for environment, okay, as a movement. Okay, this is the most important for coming exam, upcoming exam. This is the most important, guys, just focus it, just once focus it. This is the most important in the coming exam. Okay, COP29, it is the relevant to the UNFCCC under the Earth Summit. Okay, this is the UNFCCC, they came into from the Earth Summit. This is the convention about climate change. From the UNFCCC, there is a protocol which is Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol, that is transformed into the Paris Agreement. that is the agreement where the global warming it is targeted below 2 degrees centigrade. Okay, this is about greenhouse gases where the global warming took place from the gases. Okay, that is why there is a every year there is a conduction, there is a conference of parties, mean group of nations together to form, there is a make agreement for this greenhouse gases emissions. Okay, for industrially developed countries asset and developing countries and underdeveloped countries. Okay, these together the parties going to took place about this conference of parties. The recent conference of parties is 29th, that is took place in the Baku, Azerbaijan. There is a target which is this is the theme of the conference of parties 29, focus on climate finance and implementation of global stocktake. If India they did take life in this conference of parties, that is lifestyle for environment. This is the most important coming exam. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Okay, next objectives of the COP29. What are the objectives? Okay, yes, yeah, finalize new climate finance. New climate finance took place here. Okay, and operationalized the loss and damage fund. Loss and damage fund, you have to just look at the headlines itself, okay, for exam point of view. Okay, review on global stocktake GST and enhance the nationally determined contributions. These are the key objectives of COP29. These headlines okay for you coming exam for the JL and DL. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, next. Yeah, expected outcome from the COP29. Okay, it is about the 2025 climate change, climate finance took place about $200 billion per year. Okay, targeted, agreed for the target, the 200 billion per year for the climate fund. Okay, they are targeted in COP29, targeted in COP29, where in the Azerbaijan Baku. Okay, later clarity on loss and damage is how much. There is a fund raised for the loss and damage, mean there are certain disasters, okay, took place about these emissions. Okay, yeah, in that they raise loss and damage fund. Okay, yeah, it is push stronger for 2035 NDC. They might not ask you. Yeah, expected MCQs about, they can ask you host country, they can ask you venue, they can ask you theme, they can ask you India highlight, and they can ask you previous COP and next COP. Okay, next COP in the Brazil. Next COP in the Brazil. COP30. COP30 taking place in the Brazil. Yeah, Brazil, Amazon region. COP28, previous one is Dubai, UAE, Dubai. 2023 is Dubai. Conference of Parties 2023 is took place in the Dubai. 2024, the recent 29 COP, which is Azerbaijan, Baku. In the coming 2030, COP30 in 2026 is going to take place in the Brazil. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Just focus on this in the coming exam. Okay, yeah. Next, about COP30. Okay, COP30, Conference of Party 30, host country is Brazil. Okay, there is a Belém Pará at the city of Park, that is the Convention Exhibition Center. Okay, coming November 2025. Yeah, this is all over UNFCCC. UNFCCC COP29. This is the diagram map. Okay, key outcomes about CCCP. Okay, COP29 Azerbaijan, Baku. first conference of party held in Germany where 1995 this is took place. Okay, it is meet annually. Okay, meet annually. Yeah, just look at here, this is the key agreements and goals about COP29. Yeah, next, these are the key outcomes from the COP29. Just look into here, declaration of digital action, okay, multi-sectoral action pathways, and declaration on enhanced tourism, and declaration on water for climate action. Okay, this is the Baku call on climate action replace relief recovery. Okay, these are the declarations in the COP29. Main focus on global matchmaking platform for industrial decarbonization, BAC adaptation road for national adaptation plans, and BAC initiatives for climate finance investment fund and trade. Okay, yeah, this is climate initiative for farmers, and this is resilience, and this is about health and climate and health. This is about it is working group of the facilities. Okay, these are the new initiatives from the COP29. These are the specific declarations in the COP29. Yeah, India role in the COP29 advocated industrial decarbonizing hydrogen solutions. Okay, there is a hydrogen gas like that. Okay, yeah, it is gender inclusive climate action. This is important for the coming exam. Gender inclusive climate action. Okay, solar energy adaptation, and this is important. Gender inclusive climate action is going to take place in the COP29. Okay, yeah, next convention on biological diversity, CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity. It is adopted at Earth Summit, Rio Earth Summit, right? Rio Earth Summit, there are two conventions, which is UNFCCC and CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity. Okay, yeah, Rio Earth Summit, Secretariat at where Montreal, Canada. Okay, it is ratified in 1994. It is ratified 1994. Okay, objectives of Convention on Biological Diversity. What are the objectives? It is a conservation of biological diversity, sustainable use of biological diversity outcomes, okay, and fair and equitable sharing benefits arising from genetic resources. Okay, it is legal binding treaty internationally. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Okay, just look into here. Yeah. Next, key features of Convention on Biological Diversity. Key features are what? Okay, it is a legally binding. Okay, and its scope is ecosystem, species and genetic resources. It is included forest, wetlands, marine and dry mountain and agriculture biodiversity. Yes. Yeah. Next, protocols under CBD. Protocols under CBD. This is the important Cartagena Protocol 2000 and Nagoya Protocol 2010. Okay, Cartagena Protocol about biosafety, living modified organism, LMOs, living modified organisms, most important in the coming exam. Okay, it is living modified organism, Cartagena Protocol under CBD. Under CBD, there is a Cartagena Protocol which is about LMO, living modified organisms. Okay, yeah, it is came into force in 2003. Okay, it is India ratified GMO regulation, genetically modified organisms regulation is there in the living modified organisms. Okay, it is safe handling, transfer and use. This is about Cartagena protocol, is about living modified organisms where genetically modified organisms are developed. Okay, it is under this Cartagena protocol under CBD, conventional biological diversity, which is under Earth Summit, Okay, yeah, Nagoya protocol. Nagoya protocol is access and benefit sharing, ABS, access and benefit sharing, which is came into force 2014, and it is India also ratified. It is okay. Indigenous local communities get fair benefit of equal genetic resources. Okay, yeah. After that, Nagoya Kuala Lumpur, which is supplementary protocol from the Nagoya protocol. Kuala Lumpur is the place where the Malaysia. Okay, yeah, it is 2010 where liability redressal access cases damaged from the LMO crops. Many countries, of course, living modified organisms many countries they do not accepted this. Okay, yeah, in that way there is a supplementary protocol which is Nagoya Kuala Lumpur supplementary protocol took place, okay, in the Malaysia. Okay, so these are under CBD under Earth Summit. CBD under Earth Summit. Under CBD, there is a protocol, Cartagena protocol and Nagoya protocol. Cartagena protocol, living modified organisms, there is 2003, the existence from that, and there is a Nagoya protocol from 2014. Okay, these are under the CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity, under Earth Summit. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Just look into here. Okay, yeah, next. Yeah, India's major initiatives under CBD. This is also important. India Biological Diversity Act under CBD, under Convention on Biological Diversity. India what did take steps like biological diversity. It is the domestic implementation of CBD Act. Yeah, Biological Diversity Act took place in 2002. This is the important, and National Biodiversity Authority also took place. The headquarter is Chennai. They can ask you National Biodiversity Authority headquarters is where? That is in the Chennai. Okay, yeah, and state biodiversity boards also implemented. State biodiversity boards all in the all states. Okay, biodiversity management committees. Okay, yeah, and people's biodiversity registers. These are the Indian implements through the CBD convention. Convention on Biological Diversity is affected. Indian government took places these initiatives. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Yeah, next, conference of parties relevant to the Convention of Biological Diversity. UNFCCC, there is a conference of parties which is 29, okay, Baku, Azerbaijan, and this is the Convention on Biological Diversity, also conference of parties, which is 16th conference of party. Okay, yeah, 16th of conference of party is the last one, where Colombia. Okay, this is post implementation in the Italy, Rome. Mean this convention is took place in two places, conference of parties, which is resumed in the Colombia, and after that Italy, there is a Rome place, there is a implemented. Okay, yeah, COP 15 is Montreal, Canada, which is 2022, and this is 2024, every 2 years, right? 2024, and next one is 2026. Every 2 years there is a conference of parties about Convention on Biological Diversity. UNFCCC is different, that is every 1 year, that is the 30th is coming, is 30th in the coming November. This is about 16th one, where 2026 going to take place 17th. 16th one is 2024, where Colombia is the country of Latin America, where here that is stopped the certain amount of like party, and then there can took place in the Italy, later on Italy. Conference of Parties is took place in 2 places, Colombia and Italy. Italy, where the place is Rome. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Conference of Parties about biological diversity, Conference of Parties about UNFCCC. 2 conventions are there. One is related to the environment, one is related to the biodiversity. Okay, I hope you guys understand. Just look into here. Okay. Next, Kunming Montreal Global Diversity Framework under Conference of Party 2015, mean COP 15, sorry, COP 15 in the 2022 COP 15 is took place, that is Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Kunming is the place, China. They can ask you, because of this is the most important protocol, okay, they can reserve the biodiversity loss by 2030. Kunming is the place where the China took place 2022 in Conference of Party 15. Conference of Parties 15 in the 2022. Okay, it is replaces Aichi biodiversity targets. Of course, there is a alpha biodiversity, beta diversity, gamma biodiversity is there. Okay, we are going to discuss further. Okay, that is Aichi targets. Okay, and there are 23 global targets by 2030. Okay, key target 30 into 30. 30 into 30, it is the conserve 30% land sea by 2030. By 2030, conserve 30% land and sea. Okay, this is the most important Kunming protocol. Kunming Montreal protocol is the most important in the historically in the biological diversity, Convention on Biological Diversity, which is Conference of Parties 15 is took place in the Kunming. Okay, that is 2022, in the previous year 2022. Okay, it is conducted every 2 years, right? 2022 in Kunming, 2024 in the Colombia. Okay, I hope you guys understand. This is the important. There is a target which is by the 2030 there is a reverse biodiversity, and it is the reduce the pollution from the plastic and nutrients and about pesticides. Most important, okay, restore 30% degrade ecosystem, restore by 2030, okay, 2030 by 2030, 30% restore. That's why we can call it as 30 into 30. 30 into 30, which protocol? Kunming protocol. Okay, yeah, mobilize $200 billion per year. Okay, they can mobilize, mean there is a fund raise $200 billion fund raised for this Kunming protocol. There is a restoration of biodiversity by 2030, 30% land, 30% sea, ocean. Okay, going to be restore, mean there is a pre-existing, there is a sustainability, pre-existent sustainability is restored. Okay, I hope you guys understand Kunming protocol. Okay, yes, in the coming session, just this is the important where the COP 15 and 2022, in the year 2022 there is a COP 15 Kunming Montreal protocol, biodiversity framework. Okay, yes. Yeah, India at the right COP 15, there is a Kunming. India what they can, okay, traditional knowledge and community rights, highlighted digital sequences, DSI, advocated biopiracy protection. Okay, these are the Indian initiatives. They might not ask you this much of deep for you guys. Yeah, mind map for the CBD, mind map for the CBD, that is objectives, protocols. Okay, Cartagena protocol, Nagoya protocol, supplementary. This is about CBD. CBD is developed from the Earth Summit. 1992. From the Earth Summit there is a CBD. From the CBD these are the protocols. Okay, yeah. From the protocol India took action is Biological Authority. Okay, Biological Act, which is 2002, Biodiversity Act. Sorry. Okay, yeah. This is COP 15 Kunming Montreal framework is took place. Yeah, Agenda 21. Okay, Earth Summit, actually we discussed two. Earth Summit. Earth Summit 1992. We discussed UNFCCC. We discussed CBD. Okay, here a protocol Kyoto. Here a protocol Cartagena and Nagoya. Okay, all over Earth Summit is here, and Agenda 21 also from the Earth Summit. This is about sustainable climate change. Okay, I hope you guys understand. It is adopted by United Nations conferences and environment development, where Rio Earth Summit, and this is about in the 1992 Rio, Brazil, where the agenda action plan for the 21st century, this is also important, guys. Okay, main objectives are environmental protection and economic development. That is what sustainability. Environmental protection and economic development both exist. Okay, economic development along with environmental protection, we can call it as sustainable development. Sustainable development. Okay, yeah, empower communities and local governments for the sustainable development. This is about Agenda 21. Earth Summit, mainly 3 programs evolved, that is UNFCCC is the convention and CBD is the convention, and Agenda 21 is originate from the Earth Summit 1992. Okay, UNFCCC, there is a protocol, Kyoto protocol. CBD is, there is 2 protocols, which is Nagoya protocol and Cartagena protocol, and Agenda 21 for the sustainable development. This is about Earth Summit all over here. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, there is a MCQs, sample MCQs about Earth Summit. Agenda 21 is adopted at Rio Summit related to the sustainable development, obviously. Okay, yeah. Next, Vienna Convention, Montreal Protocol. Okay, Vienna Convention, Montreal Protocol. Vienna Convention is about ozone protection, ozone protection. This is also like environment, okay, ozone protection, the framework for the international cooperation protection of ozone layer, Vienna Convention, okay. Yeah, it is non-binding protocol, okay. Under Vienna Convention there is a Montreal Protocol 1987, most important guys. Vienna Convention is 1985. Under Vienna Convention there is a Montreal Protocol. Vienna Convention, Montreal Protocol is relevant to the ozone, is relevant to the ozone. That is UNFCCC, the Kyoto Protocol relevant to the greenhouse gases emissions for the global warming. Vienna Convention is about ozone depletion, ozone depletion. Under Vienna Convention there is a Montreal Protocol. Montreal is the place in the Canada, okay. Yes, Montreal is the place in the Canada where there is a ozone depletion substances like CFCs, HCFCs, halogens, most important, CFCs, HCFCs. This is, they can ask you in the exam, okay. Vienna Convention, where the Montreal Protocol focus on these gases, chlorofluorocarbon, perfluorocarbons, okay, hydrofluorocarbons, chlorofluorocarbons, hydrofluorocarbons, chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, about Montreal Protocol, okay, Vienna Convention, Montreal Protocol is about ozone depletion, okay. Yes, and there is a commit to complete the pursuit these gases by 2030, okay. India is action plan is there, establish the cooling action plan, India cooling action plan, okay, from the 2019, okay. I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, we completed Earth Summit. There are two conventions, Convention on Biological Diversity, Convention on like UNFCCC, where the climate change, and from that climate change, Convention on Climate Change, there is a Kyoto Protocol. From CBD there is a Nagoya and Cartagena Protocol. This is Vienna Convention is different from the relevant to the environment, where the protocol Montreal Protocol originate from the Vienna Convention. For the ozone depletion there are gases CFCs and HFCs, okay. I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, that is UNFCCC is the GHG gases, global warming gases. This is about like ozone gases, ozone depleting gases, okay. Yes, that is global warming, this is ozone, okay. UNFCCC is the global warming, this is Vienna Convention is the ozone. Kyoto Protocol is the global warming, okay. Montreal Protocol is about ozone, okay. You have to differentiate between the conventions, what are the targets, okay. Yes, yeah, recent updates, Kigali Agreement, Kigali Agreement, this is also important. What is Kigali Agreement? Kigali Agreement target HFCs, hydrofluorocarbons, not chlorofluorocarbons. It is HFCs, they can misguide you. It is about hydrofluorocarbons, okay, for the non-ozone depleting but high GWP. Okay, India ratified here 2021. Okay, yeah, it is implemented. Action began from the 2024. Okay, HFCs. Kigali Agreement is hydrofluorocarbons for the ozone. Okay, yeah. Next, India key climate actions, current affairs, life, promoting sustainable lifestyle globally, life, okay, and a national green hydrogen mission, okay. This is the mission to make India energy independent, okay. E-Amrit portal, okay, it is promote e-adoption EV vehicles, okay. Global Biofuel Alliance, this is important, 2023, launched during G20 presidency, okay. Carbon market bill draft release to the regulate of the carbon reduction. International Solar Alliance, this is important, launched in the France, where the Paris Agreement Paris Agreement this is launched. Okay. Next, MCQs. Which international agreement is directly related to the phase out hydrofluorocarbons? Hydrofluorocarbon is Paris Agreement, Kyoto Protocol, Montreal Protocol, Kigali Agreement, Vienna Conventions. Which one? Hydrofluorocarbons is like Kigali Agreement, Montreal Protocol. Hydrofluorocarbons. Okay. Yeah. Kyoto Protocol is GHG, greenhouse gases. Vienna Convention under this, right? Montreal Protocol comes under Vienna Convention. Paris Agreement is also like pollution, which is below 2 degrees centigrade reduction of global warming. Yeah, this is Rio Earth Summit mind map. Yeah, COP16 conference. Biological diversity keynotes about 16 we are going to discuss in the next class. Yeah, 16th Conference of Parties is Convention on Biological Diversity Schedule 8. Yeah, Nairobi, Colombia. Colombia is the 16th biodiversity takes place. Okay, Colombia. It is implementation of Kunming-Montreal Protocol, which is target of 30-30. Okay, I hope you guys understand this. Yeah, which framework adopted COP15 being implemented and monitored at COP16? Kunming-Montreal Protocol. Okay, Kunming-Montreal Protocol, which is target about 30-30. I hope you guys understand this MCQs. Yeah, next, which of the following is not focused on CBD 16? CBD 16 is digital sequencing, okay, and biodiversity finance, global carbon market, and national biodiversity strategies action plan. This is carbon market, actually not focused on. Okay, yeah, Cartagena protocol under CBD is related to, yeah, biosafety, GMOs. Okay, yes, guys, next class we are going to discuss the COP16 of CBD, Convention on Biological Diversity. COP16 we are going to discuss the class which is 3:30. Thank you. Guys, you have to like, share, subscribe this channel. Like, if my teaching is okay, you can like it and share it. Okay, thank you.